As Valentine's Day gives way to Mardi Gras here in Louisiana, it means two things. Crawfish season is in full swing, and it's time for basketball playoffs. Tonight, the Northwood Lady Falcons travel from the frozen tundra of North Louisiana to Ascension Parish to battle the Lady Spartans of East Ascension. The road to championship begins tonight, live and exclusive on the REV Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future, connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time, powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. REV Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with REV Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
Good afternoon, everybody, and playoff basketball here at East Ascension High School. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, my broadcast partner, Jonathan Moore. And Jonathan, it is going to be a great by-district game. It is Division I non-select playoff time here in Ascension Parish. And we've got the Northwood Lady Falcons, the number 22 seed, a little bit deceptive, playing the number 11 East Ascension Lady Spartans with a 20-5 record. The Lady Falcons come in with an 18-9 record. I expect this is going to be a fun game to watch too. A little bit of contrasting styles, size versus speed. We'll get into that as we get going here. But let's take a look at our coach's notebook to start things off. And we have our head coach at Northwood in his first year, and his name, of course, is Don Cook. What a great guy to talk to.
Yeah, it was good getting to go down there, and I got to talk with the principal for just a little bit, and one of the things he told me, it's a small school, there's 900 students, but it's a school north of Shreveport that has a ton of schools around it, and they excel at a lot of sports. And he said, which is crazy because they have so many other schools that take players and people go different places, but they're excited to be here. They're excited to come down here. And like you said, that schedule is deceiving. That record is deceiving because the schedule that they played was so tough at the beginning of the year, and now we see them coming down for playoffs.
Well, they've won 14 out of the last 15 games. They're 7-0 in their district, which is District 1-4A. Again, we combine in girls basketball non-select. You combine 5A and 4A in the districts. So that's why you see the disparity there. But on the other side, of course, our home team, the East Ascension Lady Spartans, Dennis Chandler, been here for 27 years. They are coming on. They're not too far removed from a state championship back in 2018, and these ladies are playing exceptional basketball. You've seen them a lot this year, and I know you have some great insight on how they play the game.
And I've played basketball for almost 30 years now, and I'm a big man. I like big man basketball, and that is what they play. They have a bunch of very good athletes. They're going to attack the rim. They're going to try to block shots. They're going to pressure you, and I absolutely love it when a team says, these are our strengths. We're going to play to our strengths. We're not going to try to be something we're not. We're not going to try to be someone we're not. We are going to go out there and we are going to attack the basket. We have athletes that can do that can out-rebound, that can out-muscle you, and they really are a treat to watch if you love that style of basketball.
You see the Lady Spartans coming onto the court now. Let's take a look. This is not the only game in Ascension Parish. Well, it's the only game in Ascension Parish, but it's not the only game Ascension Parish girls basketball teams are playing. You see, the number 2 seed, Walker, they were just so good this year. They have a bye. Of course, Northwood, 22, taking on our East Ascension Lady Spartans. They're the 11th seed. Santa Maria travels to Slidell, the 9 seed. Santa Maria, the 24 seed. And then Prairieville making the playoffs in their first year of playing basketball, 25 seed, taking on the number 8 seed Denham Springs. That's a district matchup here in the first round of the playoffs. So that's interesting to see right there. Now let's take a look at our keys to victory. And this is something that we like to really kind of parse out a little bit. Northwood, they got to limit those transition points. It was something that Coach Cook talked a lot about. And then box out, box out, box out. You know what that means, playing under the goal.
Yes. They've got to. You've got to put a body on somebody. One thing you cannot do when you play a team like this, you cannot be intimidated. You cannot look at their size and say, oh, we're never going to get a rebound. And what happens is a lot of times players will fall into this trap of wanting to try to outjump people.
Right.
You are not going to outjump this team. You're not. You have to match them athlete to athlete to do that. And we kind of seen it with Northwood. They don't really have, that's not their style. Mm-hmm. So what they have to do is have to play fundamental basketball. They've got to play their game and not get taken out of it, because if you fall into the trap of saying we're just going to go athlete to athlete match up, that's not really their style. That's not really what they need to do. And if they can play their game, though, if they can go out and put bodies out there, they play fundamental, they have a really good shot at this game.
On the other side of the ledger, East Ascension, they do want to push the ball in transition. Clean the boards is kind of an obvious one, meaning, of course, get the rebounds. Kind of the same thing as box out. But what they have to do is get it to their girls down low, and that's where they're going to shine.
Yes, when I watched them play, we called a game here a week ago, and one of my favorite plays as a post player is we call getting in the dunk position. You get right there on the low box, just outside of the paint. The point guard penetrate. One of the bigs has to step up, whether they're in zone, whether they're in man, it doesn't matter. And whichever one of those bigs steps up, that person is wide open. Easy dish, easy flush. And that is one of the things EA tries to do a lot. Their point guard really tries to set up the team. They have several ball handlers, but they try to set up players for easy shots, easy layups. And they had a lot last week that just impressed me because they were unselfish. There was nobody that was taking bad shots. They were always around the basket. They were always attacking. They want to impose their will on this game. They want to match up one-on-one. They want to match up physically and say, we think we can beat you this way.
And they have done that a lot of this season. We're going to take a quick break. We're in the pregame. We're almost ready to tip this one off between the Lady Falcons and the Lady Spartans. Don't go anywhere. We'll have starting lineups right after this. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future, connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time, powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. Rev Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with Rev Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
Welcome back to the bi-district round of the playoffs. East Ascension versus Northwood. You see Coach Don Cook there. They went out on the court a little bit ago, but he runs his program like a college program. I was a little surprised to hear when he talked to me the other day about the fact that they traveled down yesterday, stayed in a hotel, had team meetings last night, had team camaraderie building time last night as well, came and shot around this morning at Santa Mall, this afternoon actually, had team meetings again. So, I mean, he's really, in his first year, really changing the culture a little bit and treating it like the next level.
Yeah, when you have a coach that comes in like that, he says that we know we have talent, we know we're going to try hard, let's see if we can put it all together. And we see their record, just looking at their schedule, you know, he knows what kind of team it has. You don't schedule the teams they had at the beginning of this schedule unless you know, hey, we have a team that is able to make a run here. We have a team that's able to go deep into the playoffs. We know that because we're going to schedule the best teams in every single district that we can. And he did that. They traveled around. They had teams come to them. The way he treats his program is we're going to be as professional as possible. We're going to pay attention to the little things. We're going to pay attention to the details. If you talk to the greatest coaches, the Nick Sabans, the Bill Belichick's, what do they always say? We're going to pay attention to the details. Is your uniform tucked in? Are your socks pulled up? Things like that. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but it's those little things of discipline that breed success.
There you see a meeting at the at midcourt with our officiating crew out of New Orleans. We have Gerald Rooks, Caleb Jenkins, and Daryl Nicholas are our three officials tonight, and we appreciate all that they do because that is a thankless job being out there as an official, but we certainly appreciate their hard work because they take this very, very seriously. You're not a slouch official if you're in the playoffs, and we certainly expect we'll have a great call by our New Orleans referees. Also, we wanted to just mention Coach Dennis Chandler once again, who's also on the court, and again, his 27th year, and they have done a magnificent job all season long, 20-5 coming into this one, and there you see him right there, and he really has put his stamp on this for almost 3 decades.
Yeah, Coach Chandler, I mean, the state championship only 7 years ago. This team is very competitive, and they're almost always, it's one of those teams where you know you're going to play against a tough team every time you come out here. You know they're going to have good athletes. You know they're going to play their best basketball. And when EA is able to put it all together, 2018 happens. And so we'll see if this is one of those years. If they're able to put it all together and make that run, you know, I know one thing that is, even though they play incredible basketball, especially around the rim, their three-point shot do not have a lot of really knockdown three-point shooters. That's why they really focus around the rim. They really focus on rebounds. Their goal is going to be to create extra possessions so they can utilize the best players, and that's their athletes.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup now for Northwood. They'll start off with forward Michaela Rogers. She does it all. She averages 18 points a game. She's a 5'8 junior. The best player possibly in the state, according to Coach Cook, is number 4, Jayla Marshall. She's a 5'7 senior, averages a double-double at 19 points and 13 rebounds and 10 assists. She's averaging a triple-double per game. Number 11, they call her Josie Curtis. She's a 5'4 freshman. She's averaging 10 points a ball game. Number 20, AP Johns, averaging 15 points a ball game and 6 rebounds. She is a 5'8 junior. And then number 23, Aaliyah Brewer. She is a 5'8 sophomore, also averaging a double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds. Now for your home team, East Ascension Lady Spartans. They'll go like this. It'll be Kennedy Sam, number 11. She's a 5'8 junior. Number 14, Aaliyah Taylor, 5'7 senior. Number 23, Brielle Betts is a 5'5 sophomore playing guard. And forward, Kennedy Mitchell, a 5'11 senior, one of the girls you've been talking about. In fact, she is the spark of this team. And then Kendall O'Cure, a 5'8 senior, and she'll be playing down low as well. We are ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. It is bi-district basketball here, the first round of the playoffs. I'm Jimmy Frederick. Along with me is Jonathan Moore. We have a great crew here as well. So stepping onto the court real quick one more time for the Falcons, it'll be Rogers, Marshall, Curtis, Johns, and Brewer. And for the East Ascension Lady Spartans, it'll be Sam, Taylor, Betts, Mitchell, and O'Cure. Boy, I got to tell you real quick. Northwood's numbers are hard to see.
Yep.
Thank God this isn't football.
Yep.
Because I'd have no chance.
Bro, it's one of the worst things is when you make a uniform and you can't see the numbers and you're trying to call the game, you're trying to run the score for the game.
They look cool as heck, but they're just hard from where we are. If we were on the sideline like you would normally, not normally, but some gyms allow you to be there, you can see them a lot better. But nonetheless, we're about to get underway here in this very important, I mean, it's one and done. This is it. Win, you go on, and you lose, your season's over. And we're underway. It'll be controlled by East Ascension, and they will move the ball quickly. Mitchell looking for some help inside. Knocked away and picked back up by East Ascension. There's the feed down low. Almost losing the basketball.
Yeah, looks like coming out just a little sloppy.
Yep.
Some bad passes.
15-footer no good, and rebounded and controlled by Northwood. Number 4 throwing up an errant shot, a wild shot by Marshall, and that's something she wishes that she could have back, I'm sure. It just kind of got away from her.
Trying to draw that contact and get a call. The official said, no, not enough to get a foul right there. And now we see Northwood with a nice press.
And these girls have quick hands. I'm talking about Northwood. They steal the ball a lot and intercept passes.
Yeah, tough 2-3 zone right here, and
Mitchell will put it in for the first points of the ball game. It's 2-0.
Northwood so far running that hard 2-3 zone and great rotation so far. Fast hands, and it's hard to beat that whenever you need to beat a zone with passing, and they've got fast hands in it and they're quick.
A little bit surprising that they started out in the zone because we expect there's a steal by number 24, Mitchell. Mitchell's going to take it coast to coast off the glass, and she's got her second bucket of the ball game.
Finishing with the left. Great steal, great score in transition, and Northwood, do you see the point guard right there just telling everybody, settle down, settle down. It's a long game.
It's interesting that they call Rogers, who's going to play really position, any position. There's Rogers right there, missing the three-pointer. But the ball comes off the hand of Mitchell, and she will be able to get it back. She'll shoot it again. It won't find the mark. Controlled by East Ascension, and they're going to call the first foul of the ball game. And I think it's going to be offensive.
Yeah, she was bringing it over. A little bit too aggressive with those elbows, but I mean,
she's slinging them.
It's one of those things where when you have the ball up high like that, I know that they call that foul, but when people close in around you and you're just trying to get it down below, it's hard not to do that and not foul. So tough call right there, but so far EA with some physical defense.
Here comes the press, and they'll throw the ball. I'm not sure why she didn't catch it, but the Northwood point guard, Rogers, who really call a point forward, is what I was trying to say earlier, because she's so big, but she can play any position on the court. Oh, it's going to be off her leg. She didn't touch it.
Oh, wow.
That should have been backcourt, and now the official realizes that.
Well, the official close to the scoreboard, he looked over at his other official to see if he saw any hit of the ball. He shook his head, so instantly makes the call.
And that's what he should have done.
Good officiating so far, and like you said, you don't get into the playoffs unless you have good reputation and you got good scores from the coaches. So
Taylor will inbounds to Mitchell. First three-pointer of the night for East Ascension, and they bury the three. Does Brielle Bet. 7-zip.
Right there.
Good run here for the Lady Spartans to start this game. Looked a little sloppy like we talked about to start off, but they have settled in.
Yep. Now EA playing some physical defense.
Taylor, right side, will draw the foul, the bucket. Oh, she's traveled. The third turnover of the night for the Lady Spartans.
I'm surprised they didn't call jump ball. I mean, she traveled, but if you look at the replay, right. The defender was able to palm the ball. I mean, this is a tough break, but yeah, you see it right there. They're aggressive. They want to get to the basket.
Rogers takes it right side, now back to the top of the key. Looking for some help, and this is where you see the motion. And if you had seen Taylor Rogers running through, she was wide open. That shot no good. Up the court quickly.
You might see a timeout. You might see a timeout here, yep.
And that is Reagan Mitchell. I think they might have started her instead of...
Did they bring her in during the last
Maybe they did.
Foul?
Maybe they did do that.
EA, I mean, doing exactly what we talked about. They want to play tough physical defense. They want to get into transition. They want to establish a will down low. So far, they've hit 2 jumpers, but the majority of their shots have been around the basket. They're trying to get that ball down low, and so far, Northwood's playing good defense, but you have to score at the other end. I know EA plays physical defense, but you have to be willing to get to that basket.
One of the keys to the game is stopping transition points, and they've allowed 6 in transition so far.
Yes, and EA is just they're playing man up right now. They're playing, we're putting a body on defense, and so far Northwood has not had an answer for that.
Northwood has yet to score. A little surprising that they've taken the opportunity to take 3 or 4 3-point attempts that they have not made. And this may be another one. Nope, she'll drive in. Off the glass, still no good, but she will be fouled, a blocking foul for Rogers.
Rogers went in with the left right there and just good move, able to draw the foul. It's a little bit too much body. You can't hit with people with your hips, and she's able to get the fouls. Hopefully get the Lady Falcons their first points.
They are still not on the board. Michaela Rogers at the stripe. 2 personal fouls called so far against East Ascension. None called against the Falcons yet, Lady Falcons. And now they're on the board, and it is 9-1. Up the court, and Snowbird in that time could not save it and could not catch it. Tried to get it to Betts, and Betts just couldn't find the handle. Look at this, just off her fingertips, and then trying to save it was Reagan Mitchell, and it went right into Brielle's arms.
It was so close, and good hustle by the Spartans. I mean, so far, every single one of the breaks, EA's just been able to out-athlete and get the ball down the court. They've only had 2 players down here. I mean, if that's... if you cannot contain them when they're only having 2 players bring the ball down, they might have to abandon the press.
Good down low pass. That's something you like to see.
Yes.
Down for number 23, Brewer. Brewer cannot connect, but she will be fouled. That'll be the 3rd team foul, and that's the 2nd personal foul on Reagan Mitchell.
So good. She's playing good defense, but here's where the foul comes. She played good defense the first shot, but then she tries to bring the hand across the swipe and get a block, gets her on the arm.
She'll get that one to rattle in. Their only points so far are on free throws. So Mitchell, check that. Yes, Reagan Mitchell will check out of the ball game.
I think she has 2 fouls so far. But
yes, she does.
This is where, if you're the Lady Falcons, you've got to you have to attack their aggressiveness. They're going to try for steals. They're going to try for shot blocks. You have to swallow your ego and say, I'm going to go for layups.
That one was off the arm of one of the Northwood players, but they say it was still touched by the Lady Spartans last. And so that'll be another turnover for the Lady Spartans. You see it right here. It looked like it was altered in air when it left her hand, but they give it to the Lady Falcons. By the way, the person that checked in for Reagan Mitchell is number 5, Kendra Landry. She's a 5'3" senior.
So coming down, still running just that screen and motion offense.
Into the corner. This will be number 4, Marshall. Can't hit. Controlled by Northwood. And Aaron shot kisses it off the glass. And Rogers, the first field goal of the night for Northwood. 23 whistled for the foul. Brielle Betts her first. 4th team foul in the quarter.
Great rebound right there. Attack the basket. As I said, you have to attack their shot blocking. They're going to go for the block. And when you do that, you're going to get some M1s and you put them in foul trouble.
Can't complete the old-fashioned 3-pointer, but she did cut the lead to 5. Nice skip pass to Landry. Landry off the glass. Can't finish. Rebounded by Betts. 3:35 left to go in the first quarter, and they're just easily taking their time for 3, and it's number 23, Betts, her 2nd of the night. She's got 6.
I like Betts' game. She's just very calm, in control. She's made good passes, knocked down 2 threes so far. Just fun fun to watch her.
I like the ball movement that East Ascension is able to employ, and you can't leave Betts open out there again.
No, I don't think they've taken a bad shot yet.
Nice job. Stolen away, blocked by Mitchell, and that's the 4th turnover for the Falcons.
Now we'll see.
Marshall, look at her. So strong. Good ball handling skills in the paint, and it just won't fall. Sometimes you just can't buy a bucket.
Yeah.
That was not a bad shot at all. Hang on, we got a sub coming in. There's going to be a little bit of a discussion between Caleb and Daryl Nicholas, the referees.
I think we have 2 very veteran officials right here, and we have one who looks like he just kind of started calling the games the last few years, and they want to talk, get things, make sure they get that right call.
She traveled, no doubt about that. Serenity Hill checked into the ball game for the Falcons. The 5th turnover for the Lady Spartans. Just couldn't get her feet down quick enough that time.
She wanted to pass it, and then at the last second decided, I'm not going to pass it. Tried to kill her. I mean, just it's an honest mistake, but yeah, another turnover. But still, 5 turnovers, 12-4.
Serenity Hill didn't last long. She was in for 3.5 seconds and came back out. I don't think it was her fault, but it's just what Coach Cook wanted to do. Tried to screen and go down in the lane into the corner. That one will be good for number 11, Josie Curtis. Not her official name, but that's what they call her, and they said I could call her Josie too. Foul down low.
So just a little bit too aggressive right there, but same thing, EA beating the press by just making long passes and outrunning the Northwood defenders back down the court.
Aaliyah Brewer whistled for her first personal foul. That is the first team foul in the game for the Lady Falcons. .2:14 left to go in the first. It's 12-7. Can't make either of the foul shots. Can occur.
And Northwood's going on a little run right here. See if they're able to get another bucket. I mean, or get 3 seconds in the paint.
9-0 run to start the game at East Ascension. And it has definitely tightened up since then.
Yeah, Northwood able to calm down, begin to get their shots, and some of them just haven't fallen, but
like that one.
Yeah.
Again, a good rebound and putback, and it still won't go. This is the 4th shot in the lane. Finally, East Ascension comes away with it, and that is unfortunate for the Lady Falcons. This shot is up and no good, a little short. Nice rebound by Okur. Both teams a little strong off the glass.
Yeah, both are doing a great job rebounding. I'm actually kind of surprised Northwood how well they're being able to rebound against East Ascension. I'm used to East Ascension playing a lot more physical down low, but Northwood is matching that right now by putting bodies on bodies.
Landry all by herself, a nice assist by Mitchell. And that one I did was a little shaky in whether or not that one was going to fall.
Yeah, we've seen so many layups get missed, but I mean, a lot of them have been just so contested.
Under a minute now, 50 seconds in the first quarter. And they are content, are the Lady Falcons, to just kind of let this get set up, not in a hurry. In the paint, spinning, it won't fall again. Rebounded up the court. Controlled, nope. Oh, yeah. They almost didn't whistle.
Yeah.
It was shipped back inbounds by a player that wants to come into the game for Northwood.
If you look right now at Coach over there, he's not happy. Coach Cook is looking at saying, what were you thinking? Why did you touch that ball? I mean, it should be Northwood ball right now, but hey, they've played very good defense so far. It's a 7-point game. This could very easily be 30-7, but they've played very good defense so far. They forced some turnovers. Right now, they need to finish this. They need to get a stop right here, maybe get a shot up to end of the quarter, but they've got to get a stop right here.
Serenity Hill and AP Johns back into the ball game for Northwood. Boy, missed the cut. Thought she was going to cut left and went back right. went through her legs, and they still have the basketball. They have to get it up the court quickly, and they do break the press and get it back, but will throw it away, and it will be Northwood basketball.
And there's that defense.
Yep.
You get that stop, and now you get a chance. You wait for the last shot. It's good job. I love this. Northwood did not give up. They went down 9-0. The coach called a timeout, talked about it, and now here they are on a 7-5 run.
Biggest lead of the night was 9 to start the game for East Ascension. Back down to 7 now. I think they got it to 4 or 5 at one point. Into the paint, stolen away, had no shot, up the court to Landry, and she doesn't realize the time, and that will do it for the first quarter. What a quarter it was. 14-7, the Lady Spartans leading the Lady Falcons. We'll be back right after this. You're watching high school basketball playoff action right here on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. Precision Pools and Outdoors, Parish Engineering, Black Bayou Lending, OxyChem, The RV Shop, Innovative Orthotics and Prosthetics of Louisiana.
We're back. He'll give you some quick stats here for the first quarter. Northwood leading scorer is number 1, Rogers. She has 3 points, a field goal, and 1 foul shot. She is 1 of 3 from the stripe. Josie Curtis has a 3-pointer, and then the only other scoring is Brewer, who has 1 point on a foul shot. For the Lady Spartans, Brielle Betts, 2 big threes for 6 points, leading scorer. Mitchell has 4 points. O'Cure 0 for 2 from the stripe. Landry has a bucket, and so does Mitchell. And we're set to begin the second quarter. Glad you've joined us on the Rev Game of the Week. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, Jonathan Moore.
Yeah, it's been a good quarter so far, and now getting into the second half, both teams have kind of calmed down. We're kind of seeing their game. Northwood, their goal is they want to go after, they want to attack the basket, try to get their open shots. They have a sniper in the corner who can shoot some threes, and I mean, it's good watching both teams on their offense. EA, similar offense. They don't want to take as many perimeter shots, but both teams are now settling in a groove, beginning to attack the basket.
Wiltz has checked into the ball game. I thought the foul was going to be on her. In fact, it was on Brielle Betts. That's her second personal foul. So we have 2 girls for the Lady Spartans with two fouls.
And that's a big deal because so far she's been their best player on offense.
Got to make some free throws, these Lady Falcons do, and she will roll this one in.
That's one thing I've never understood, especially about basketball now, is it just seems like people are much more free throw shooters now. And I don't know why. I know the coaches emphasize it, they talk about it, but so many of these high school games are won and lost just because teams cannot hit at the stripe.
Alyssa Brewer has checked into the ball game for Northwood. Under the goal, in the paint is good. First bucket of the night for Aaliyah Taylor.
Finish through the contact. Love that attack. Get that layup. I like Taylor's game a lot. She really impressed me the last time that we got to watch it because she doesn't just finish around the basket. She has the ability to make very good, very tough passes.
3-pointer, long range, buried it from 21 feet. Her first field goal of the night for Marshall. All by herself, top of the key, can't answer. Rebounded by Landry. Landry, skip pass. Looking for some help. That's the person you don't want to leave open, and she can't bank this one in. That was a bet. She's had 2 3-pointers in the ball game, and there's a timeout on the court.
Yeah, Coach Cook sees that they're trying to get back and forth, starting to build that transition. He does not want that. He wants it to be at their pace. Set up, half court, run plays.
Again, a little surprised that Northwood came out in that zone defense because talking with Coach Don Cook, he was very much talked about his man-to-man strategy. He doesn't trap much, as we've seen. They haven't trapped, but they cannot allow Betts to get wide open. unfortunately, she did make that shot, but she was wide open, and that's the kind of shot she usually buries.
Yeah, I mean, she hit the first two. She missed that one. And really, if you look at EA and what they want to do, they want to attack around the basket. The best defense to stop that is playing the 2-3 zone. You know, you force teams to have to move the ball around. You force them to have to go up against more than one player down low. And Coach Cook is smart. He knows that. So that's what he's setting them up right now. And we might see them throw in some man-to-man here and there. But EA thrives when you throw man-to-man defense against them, because they know we are fast. We can go around screens. We can fight through screens, fight over screens. And so it'll be interesting to see the gamesmanship that we have.
Brewer is going to throw into Marshall and shoot on the point. Finally getting the court dried up a little bit. Maybe.
I don't know. Somebody dropped a water bottle, I guess.
There we go. Getting there. Now we're ready to go. 16-11 here, just starting the second quarter. A minute 30 into the second quarter. I thought that was a shot for a second. It's stolen away. That is the fifth turnover by the Lady Falcons.
Yeah.
She double dribbled.
She knew it. But bad pass right there by the Lady Falcons, and they get bailed out with a double dribble, but bad pass, throwing in the three defenders.
You don't see a double dribble on a break like that very often. I don't even know how she managed to do it.
She, if we watch the replay, what she wanted to make a pass,
she didn't,
and at the last second, she decided not to, and just that's the second time we've seen her do that.
Yeah.
So
this will be Rogers. Rogers driving into the paint from 8 feet, has it blocked by big number 50, Wiltz. Good pass. She'll kick it back out. This is number 4. Frazier's just into the ball game for East Ascension. Down low to Wiltz. Wiltz can't hang on to it. Still loose. Stolen away by number 23, Brewer.
Good quickness by Brewer. I mean, Wiltz had position, but Brewer able to just wrestle the ball away from her.
Marshall now wants it from the top of the key. She'll take it and miss. Rebounded by Brewer. Brewer goes strong, and they finally get one down low around the bucket.
Once again, Brewer is just out-quicking them to the basket right now. She is doing a great job timing. You can see it. She's not as tall. She's not as big as some of the girls she's going up against. But
boy, that is the third travel we've seen tonight, and you just I don't remember seeing it in high school basketball as much. You see it right here. You'll watch it on the replay, and she just moved both feet.
What they're doing, Northwood is doing a very good job. They're taking away the passing lanes.
Yeah.
So she's thinking, I have this pass. They're going to, and Northwood is shifting over. That's why, and you talked about it, they play man defense. Coach Chandler knows that. This is playoff basketball. You scout your opponent, you learn your opponent. He probably prepared to play against a lot of man defense. And now they're playing a zone, and it's like, wait, the plan we had, what is going on?
Right. It's all about in-game adjustments at any level. I mean, I know it in my 4th grade. There it is, a good pass and a shot by Brewer. Brewer's got 2 in a row.
What a pass.
I think that was Marshall.
What a pass right there. I think it was Rogers who attacked, kicked it down low to Brewer, and then EA comes down, attacks the basket right there. I think put the foul on Brewer. Great job in transition by EA, but, I mean, Northwood able to cut this lead.
Only the second foul called against the Lady Falcons. This is Landry. He'll get the first of 2. Landry has 3 points off the bench. The one thing that, and we're down to a 2-point game, they have slowed down the transition bucket as Northwood.
Yeah, keeping EA from running, and that's their game.
Good job for Landry to make them both. That's the first free throws of the night made by the Lady Spartans. Back to a 3-point advantage. Marshall working the point, looking for some help. Good screen that time by Brewer. Out to Rogers. Rogers short on the 3-pointer. Up the court. Here's that transition we talked about. Off the glass and good. Perfectly executed by Mitchell. She has 6 points on the evening.
They are so fast in transition.
This will be Marshall missing. Good job for number 32, Mitchell to control it. That shot won't find the mark. Betts. He's been so good from outside, misses that one pretty badly.
Yeah. But same thing, just come down, get a quick shot in transition, try to get that rebound, and EA wants this game to speed up. They need it to go fast.
All by herself. Rogers will not be able to get it to fall.
I think that's the second foul on Brewer.
23, that's Betts. That's her third personal foul.
No, that was on Northwood.
Oh, excuse me.
That was on Northwood. I think that's the second foul on Brewer. That's
the third.
That's third. That's huge.
Third
she
on
has
Brewer.
to come out now, and she's been that hustle player. She's been that difference on getting rebounds and making stops around the basket. We'll see what happens after they take the center out.
Nice pass inside to the big girl down low. She can't finish it. Rebounded by Northwood. Ooh, got above her shoulder. Lucky that wasn't a carry. That's Zero Hill.
EA settling into a 2-3 zone.
Long shot for Rogers, and Rogers will bury her first three of the night. Back to a 2-point lead. Good pass. It'll be Mitchell. Mitchell from about 12 feet rattles out. Will she do it again? No, this time she'll drive in. Rogers, a floater, won't fall. Right back into the hands of Northwood. Goes strong off the glass, and it's good. That's number 13, Alyssa Brewer, the cousin of Aaliyah Brewer. Nice pass all by herself. Nobody there. She's going to finish.
Yeah, getting those transition points, and
we were tied for a brief moment at 20 apiece.
Northwood coming down, trying to keep that momentum. They've been running very good half-court sets, and
crowd starting to form here.
I think we're going to move in screen right there. Yeah.
That's her first personal foul. That is the third team foul against the Falcons in the quarter. Again, the new rule this year, I don't think it was actually last year it started, and when you get, it's not 5 for the half or 6 for the half, it's 5 per quarter. And no more 1-and-1s, which I think is a travesty. 1-and-1 down the stretch were important.
I love 1-and-1s.
Nice pass, quick ball movement, and buries the bucket from about 8 feet is Kennedy Mitchell.
It's one of my favorite plays as a center because whether you make the first one, great, make the second one 2 points, or if you miss the first one, I love getting offensive rebounds. It was so much fun, and it made the game interesting, but the play that we just had a second ago, the screen that got called a moving screen, it's so tough when you're a center and a point guard puts you in that position where you're ready to roll, but they pull the ball back out.
Driving baseline, and she was just swarmed by the Lady Spartans. Throws the ball away. 6th turnover for the Lady Falcons. Into the corner. This is number 14 for 3, and she got it! Aaliyah Taylor has 5 points all in the second quarter. Lead back to 7.
EA, they had a little, Northwood went on their run. Now EA been able to answer, and the crowd is into it.
Well, that's just the way basketball is. You go, it's a streaky game. One team gets a little run, then it slows down. The next team gets a run, and that's what makes basketball so interesting and unpredictable sometimes. Boy, that was a hard drive, and Marshall gets the layup. Surprised they didn't call a little something out.
I am shocked that there was not something called there.
She hit the back of the wall hard.
They're letting a lot of contact go these last 2 minutes, and the foul.
No bucket.
Oh, wow.
Fought on the floor against O'Cure.
I'm so shocked that he called it on the floor because she had picked up the ball to make to a layup. I'm surprised.
Second team foul here in the second quarter for the Lady Spartans.
Now 36 seconds. See if they wait for the final shot or.
This has been a good quarter of basketball offensively for the Lady Falcons. They have really played well. Started to get some things to fall for. 20 seconds and a foul call. 24 whistled for her first. So you've got Betts, O'Cure and Mitchell with 2 fouls each for the Lady Spartans and only 1 for Kennedy Mitchell.
It looks like they're going to settle for the last shot right here.
I think so. Under 10. 6. Into the corner for Marshall. Marshall can't hit. Rebounded, and that will do it for the second quarter and this first half. The shot is up and short. It was a little after the buzzer anyway. And that will do it for the first half of play. It has been an exciting one for sure here at East Ascension. The Lady Spartans lead by 5, 27-22 over the Lady Falcons. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future, connecting people across 10 parishes, one household at a time, powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. REV Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with REV Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
We are back, and there you see some of the seniors on this squad, and they have had a great year for East Ascension, and hopefully this is not the end of it. They lead 27-22 over a very good Northwood team. These Lady Falcons started slow. They were down 9-0 to start the ball game, and they have just battled back. In fact, let's give you some of the stats from the second quarter and the first half, really. For the Northwood Lady Falcons, they were very quiet in the first quarter, only scoring 7 points, and then they lit it up a little bit in the second quarter. Your leading scorer is Rogers with 7 for the Falcons. Also with 7, all in the second quarter, is Jayla Marshall. She had a 3 and 2 other buckets for a total of 7. Curtis has 3 points in the first half, along with Brewer 3 points, and her cousin Alyssa Brewer has 2 points. The only person in foul trouble for the Lady Falcons is Aaliyah Brewer. She has 3 personal fouls. That's number 23. On the other side of the ledger for the Lady Spartans, they go like this. Their leading scorer is Kennedy Mitchell, who had great transition buckets in that second quarter. She has 8 total points. She is followed by Brielle Betts at 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. She has 6 points. Aaliyah Taylor has 5 points. Off the bench, Kendra Landry has 4 only free throws made by the Lady Spartans, and also Reagan Mitchell with 4 points. Betts with 2 fouls, O'Cure with 2 fouls, and Reagan Mitchell with 2, and the only other foul would be Kennedy Mitchell. So a good first half of play for both teams, but it certainly was the fact that the Lady Falcons overcame that early deficit, and it's only a 5-point game now.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the biggest difference in the game so far, is that 9-0 run to open things up. I mean, other than that, it's been neck and neck. The Falcons have come back. The Lady Falcons have fought hard. And you see the Lady Spartans, they've really tried to impose their will. They've tried to get the game going, but every time they start to get into that run, and Northwood's just able to close that gap just a little bit every single time. And so they really haven't been able to get the game into the style, the way that they want it to go, which is high-paced. Let's get the ball in transition, pass, layup. But so kudos to them so far, and we'll see what Coach Chandler's what he's able to preach to them at halftime, and let them know, hey, we've got to continue to impose our will, and we're going to see what Coach Cook does. I mean, what adjustments he has to make.
Well, Let's take a look at the Division I non-select top 5 seeds. And boy, these are some good ones. Parkway is number 1. Walker in the 558 district with our Ascension squad teams. Number 2, Zachary's number 3. Houghton is 4. And then you see number 5, Barb, taking on number 28 seeded Rusted. Let's take a look at some of the other games from our area going on right now. In fact, they just tipped off about 15 minutes ago. Walker, we already mentioned, had to bye. We're seeing the Northwood battle East Ascension right here on the Rev Game of the Week. Santa Maria traveled to Slidell, and Prairieville, in their first year of girls basketball, or any basketball, made the playoffs at a 25 seed, and they're playing a district rival, the number 8 seed, Denham Springs.
They're fun to watch. I really like Prairieville. Their game is, we don't have the biggest athletes right now, and we're okay with that. We're going to move the ball around. We're going to shoot it. The game they played against CA, unfortunately, the threes just weren't falling that night. But if they were, would have been a very close game. So I'm really excited to see them in this postseason, see what they're able to do.
Here are the Division I girls by-district round pairing. Zachary, of course, is the 3 seed, has a bye. H.L. Bourgeois, the 19th seed, travels to Hahnville, the number 14 seed. Northwood at East Ascension. We continue to say that because that's where we are. Number 27 seeded New Iberia is at the number 6 seeded Natchitoches Central. And then in the other pod, you've got Parkway with a bye as the number 1 team in the playoffs. And then Thibodaux at 17 taking on Airline at 16. Santa Maria traveling to Slidell. They tipped off just a bit ago. And we mentioned Prairieville at Denham Springs. So a lot of great basketball going on around the state in this by-district round.
Yeah, it's been a good year for girls basketball, especially in Ascension Parish. You know, what was it? I think there's 3 teams that made it, and of the district, I think 4 or 5 of the teams in the district made it. So it's been exciting so far to watch, and you just hope one of them makes a deep run in the playoffs.
Rev Game of the Week, we got some coming up for you, and they're going to be good. On Friday, boys basketball first round, and then next week we'll have boys basketball playoffs, and on Thursday, the 6th, Santa Maria will be at Dutchtown. We get into some spring sports. Our first softball game of the year. So excited to get back out on the diamond and have some baseball and softball coming your way on Rev Sports 1. And then, of course, March Madness. This is what everybody's working toward, being at the University Center in Hammond, March 3rd through the 8th. It is what it is all about. It is being, right there in Hammond. What a great place to hold the state tournament and the finals and the semifinals. It is a great atmosphere. I've called some games there, and it's really a fun time for everybody. But you got to get through this one first, and then 2 or 3 more.
Yep. Can't fall in love with wanting to be somewhere March 3rd. You got to focus on the here and now. This is the game. This is what matters. This is when to go home.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the 3rd quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's the Rev Game of the Week. The Lady Spartans leading the Lady Falcons by 5. Back right after this.
It all began in 1935, a new era in telecommunications, right here in Southeast Louisiana, born from the ambitions of several local families, with a clear vision and outlook focused on the future. Connecting people across 10 parishes, 1 household at a time. Powering an internet superhighway from the bayou to the river, built to deliver the speed and reliability every customer needs. We are REV, 90 years of building connections.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Technology, a modern blessing, but a curse when issues arise. Your business systems should enhance your operations, not complicate them. Rev Business is your human touch in the digital world, with personal support and meaningful solutions to your real-world challenges. We are a local team who will do whatever it takes to keep you up and running for internet, hosted phone, and security. Experience the difference of working with Rev Business. 90 years of connecting Louisiana.
We are ready for the start of this third quarter. I'm Jimmy Frick, along with me, Jonathan Moore. And let me tell you something, Jonathan, we have got what we expected. We've got a battle, and it's going to be a battle to the end. The biggest lead of the night was that 9-0 run that East Ascension had to start the game. But since then, just chipping away. Northwood has not gotten a lead yet, but they did tie the game at 20-20 briefly, and it's only a 5-point advantage for East Ascension now.
Yeah, both teams are kind of settled in. They're both doing well now, and I love this because now, Jimmy, it is 6 o'clock. Everybody's off of work. Fans are starting to get in here. It's going to be loud in the second half, and I can't wait for that. We're going to see if either coach made adjustments at halftime or if either coach said, we like the way things are going. Let's just do what we're doing better.
We are underway here in the third quarter. So glad you've joined us for this bi-district round of the playoffs to start things off on the road to a championship. Pulling up from the foul line, no good by Mitchell. Controlled, however, and back out to Mitchell. There's your shooter right there in Betts, but she turns the ball back to her compadre very quickly, trying to get her free. Down low, turnaround jump shot from 9 feet, no good by Reagan Mitchell. And finally, Northwood will come away with it. Oh, still right back away from her, and a big foul that time. What a play by Kendall O'Cure.
And you know that hurt.
Yeah.
That is a good play right there. And just if you're getting a rebound, one thing you tell them, keep both hands on the ball. Keep both hands on the ball. She took both hands off the ball, tried to create space with the left hand. EA's defender able to get the steal right there. You got to knock down your free throws. But good job by EA to get the steal, turn that into a possession where you try and get some points.
As a team, they are 2 of 5. And she is 1 for 4, is O'Cure. And that's the first team foul and the first personal foul on Michaela Rogers. She was looking for that one.
So now we're kind of seeing the offense still the same, just running that screen motion offense.
Boy, that we talked about the quick hands of Northwood to start the game. I am very impressed with the ability of the Lady Spartans to cut off passing lanes and steal the ball. That one obviously just dribbled on the sideline, on the baseline, on the sideline, excuse me.
I love Aaliyah Taylor's game. She's quick. She's quick in everything she does. And the problem is, we've had a couple of the traveling turnovers where she's double dribbled, things like that. It's because she wants to make that pass and she wants to be so quick that when it happens, it's just that split-second indecision. She's got very quick hands. Really is fun getting to watch her play offense and defense.
Inside. Looking for Reagan Mitchell. Reagan has it and then throws it to Betts and has it stolen away. But, man, Reagan doesn't give up. They didn't call anything. Stolen back away. An unbelievable turn of events as the layup goes to O'Cure, and she's got 3 points in this third quarter.
They are really letting a lot of contact go right now.
That should have been a jump ball at the very least.
That favors EA. If you're going to do that, I'm just kind of surprised with how much they've let go to call that foul on Brewer, and that's huge. I think that's 4. Is that 4 on Brewer for Northwood?
That is 4 on Brewer.
Wow. You have to bring her out, and she's been the most physical player on that team. So I'm shocked that was called, but man, that favors EA if you're going to let a lot of contact go.
What a pass to Betts. Betts catches the ball, puts it right back in the lane, can't make it. Rebounded by Reagan Mitchell, and Mitchell off the bench has been a spark plug.
You're gonna try to get a possession right here, try to get a bucket. But if we don't get a bucket, we're going to see Coach Cook call a timeout right here. I mean, you got a 5-0 run to start this thing off, and that's not good.
Biggest lead of the night is 10 now. 32-22 for Lady Spartans. In the paint again. Blocking foul finally called.
Yeah, they're letting a lot of contact go. I mean, they're letting this playoff basketball. So that's foul number 3 right there. But Northwood has got to continue to attack. Now, this does favor EA because they have a little bit bigger athletes, but Northwood's got to continue to attack, and you got to make your free throws.
Neither team is spectacular from the charity stripe on the night.
I guess it's the former player and the coach in me. Come on. This is free points. Make your free points.
Got that one to roll in. First point of the third quarter for Northwood. They do a great job of breaking the press, and you do that by passing it, and that's what they did. Cross-court pass, and she misses the layup. Wide open, nobody touched her, and Kennedy Mitchell should have made that one. Boy, she just split some defenders, takes it to the sack, and she misses it.
I mean,
but a lot of contact. Betts up the court. Nice third pass, and it will be a bucket. Number 14, Taylor, fouled.
I didn't watch this replay. So patient. Yeah, it was on number 1. So patient. She absorbs the contact, goes up when the defender's on the way down, makes the layup and the foul. Once again, Taylor just, she's so good.
So the second quick personal foul committed by Rogers. This one will not fall. Line drive, free throw. A little bit of arc on that might have put it. But they are up by 11.
Yeah, now you see Northwood. They want to slow it down, set up our offense. Let's get a good play. EA's kind of in the soft man zone.
For 3, no good, short off the rim, and nobody there to rebound except the white jerseys of the Lady Spartans. Betts over to Mitchell. Mitchell directing traffic at the foul line, looking for some help. Got to get it back out to Mitchell, and she does. Taylor thought about drilling it. Betts will feed down low.
Good.
Can't make the layup, gets her own rebound, and puts that one back in. Kennedy Mitchell, another bucket. She should have a couple more than she does. But
what a pass by Betts right there. I mean, you think she's throwing it to the post-up defender. No, she throws it over her head to the defender on the other block. Great pass. And now Brewer has to come back in because you're getting out muscle down low. And
long 3 from the top of the key. Again, no blue, black jerseys anywhere around.
Yeah.
Up the court on the Snowbird. Off the glass, no good, too strong. Chased down by Northwood. This is going to be Marshall all the way to the hoop, and she's going to be fouled hard. And even the Lady Spartans realized that was a hard foul. That was Taylor being whistled for that one.
Taylor just going for the ball. I mean, it's a tough play right there. Just going for the ball, and she lands really awkwardly.
Looks like she's okay.
Yeah, good sportsmanship, though, Taylor. She wasn't trying to hurt her.
No.
So this is good. It saves, kind of saves Northwood from having to call a timeout whenever you have free throws. Gives your team a minute. Coach can talk to a couple of y'all and get things reset. But Northwood, they're starting to play EA basketball. They cannot do that. They have to play their basketball, which has been so far get good shots, have good offensive rebounding, and now the Brewers back in. She's be careful. One more foul and she's out.
2
and
short
we'll see.
Free throws. Came up short on both of them. Went a little too far under there, but nice job on the rebound for Taylor. Taylor goes up strong. Another big rebound on the offensive glass. Still fighting for it.
Oh, wow.
Ball is loose. Still loose. Picked up by Northwood. It's going to be a one-on-one for Rogers going against Mitchell, and she can't hit the shot. Sloppy basketball there, and it will be East Ascension ball.
And, just watching a couple of their players, just Brewer. Brewer is aggressive again the basket. I love watching it. And I want my center to be aggressive. Go for the ball, attack the basket, get rebounds, fight, play physical. But, you kind of wonder, this is where Northwood, not a lot of depth. Can't get players so many breaks, really. Like, you got to wonder, is this where EA, being some very good athletes, are able to kind of take over the game?
Reagan Mitchell kicks it back out to Landry. Landry fills it up from 10 feet.
And
timeout on the court. Full timeout taken by Coach Cook.
No, it's Chandler.
Oh, excuse me.
I don't know why he took a timeout, but he did. I mean, your team's kind of just made a really good offensive play, but he saw something he did not like, and he wanted to talk it over.
We have a quick scoring update. After the first quarter, Denham Springs leading Prairieville 23-7.
Wow.
So Denham Springs in control of that one, but very early going, and we know how things can go and how things can change over the course of a basketball game. So 38-23, the biggest lead of the night for East Ascension is 15.
Yeah, the Spartans, I mean, this is their game. We want to force turnovers, get in transition, easy buckets, and they've done that so far. Look to see more of the same to try and close out this game. But the thing is, one thing about Northwood, they have some three-point shooters. And if you got shooters, you are never out of this game, because all it takes is someone like Rogers to get hot, or, Marshall to get hot, and then your team is all of a sudden back into it instantly.
The Lady Falcons have shot 5 3-pointers, made 2. The Lady Spartans have shot 7 and made 4. This will be Rogers. Rogers going to work the point, try to make something happen here. Need some help. Picked up her dribble before she wanted to, I believe. Good defense
right there. Rogers,
Rogers slinging in on a one-handed hook sling and couldn't get there. It was taken away by the Lady Spartans. Lady Spartans, but they couldn't convert.
Yeah, when they swung the ball, Rogers was able to get wide open at the top of the key. They just missed her up there. She had a wide open 3, but Falcons able to catch a break right there with an errant pass, and they got to start getting points, especially to close out this game. They really need to get points and close this down. It would be great if they could turn it into a 10-point deficit. Wow.
No call on the travel. Kicking it into the corner for Marshall. Marshall for 3, fills it up, goes around the horn and goes in.
Like I said,
that's all it takes.
Yep.
Got a lot of time left in this one, a whole quarter and a third. Good rebound. I don't know how he did rebound. No fouls. He throws it up and goes over the backboard.
I mean, look, I know the fans might be upset. That was not a foul. She was falling down, threw it up. I mean, if she would have really, she was off balance. If she was able to go up into the defender, that's 100% a foul. But good rebound right there. EA on the offensive end just couldn't capitalize on it. And
I would love to see the rebounding totals for both of these teams, especially East Ascension, and that's going to be a foul because number 4 had her. That's Caitlin Frazier, her first personal foul, 3rd team foul of the quarter. But that one was for sure, had her by the forearm.
Yeah. It was, it's so frustrating. You're so close to having it on the ball, but way to attack. Northwood now have a chance right here. Cut it to 10. If you can keep that, there we go.
I will say this. They're not calling a lot, but they're not calling a lot both ways.
No. The officiating in this game has been good. You really have no complaints about any of the officials. They're consistent. Hey, here's the consistency. We're going to let physical basketball happen. This is the playoffs. And they're letting players decide it on the court. They're letting both sides of it happen. You saw that last play down there. People, that's a foul. Well, I mean, the Northwoods had 3 or 4 of those down there. It's good playoff basketball, and you love it because they're letting the players decide it on the court.
Looking at the scorebook, it's interesting that Marshall is the only person to score for the Lady Falcons in the 3rd quarter, whereas the Lady Spartans have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls that have scored in the 3rd quarter.
Wow.
And that says something too.
Yeah.
There's no question that Jayla Marshall is maybe the best player on this court, maybe the best player in the state, according to Coach Cook. But she can't do it all by herself.
No.
Whereas you see the Lady Spartans spreading the ball around, passing the ball really effectively. Now, sometimes it gets away from them, but they are not afraid to make that quick, hard pass. And you just got to always be ready for that pass, even though when you may not expect it's coming, but you got to be there. Like, I could never play with Magic Johnson or somebody like that because you never know when the ball's coming to you.
No.
Yeah, around the back, he's going up for a layup, and he's slipping it back to me. I could probably never play with Magic Johnson anyway.
Well, hey, you know what? We can in our dreams, so that's the best part about dreams.
Right. Betts for 3. She's fouled. Fouled by number 20. AP Johns, her first personal foul, the 3rd team foul of the quarter. That will send Betts to the stripe for the first time tonight. She'll have 3 opportunities.
Yeah.
Santa Maria trailing Slidell 21-13 in the 2nd quarter.
Need to get a stop right here. Need to get a stop right here. She makes the first one. She got 2 more. If you're EA, you got to get both of these, and then good shot. And if you're Northwood, you got to get a bucket and you have to get a stop. This needs to be a 10-point lead or less going into halftime. Going into the fourth quarter. If it's a 10-point lead or less, you have a very good shot at closing that gap and putting yourself in position to win this game.
Makes all 3, and that is something because we have not seen
beautiful
good free throw shooting out of either one of these squads tonight.
It's free points. When you can knock those down, it puts a team in a position where they cannot foul you, which gives you so many more options on offense.
The advantage is 13. Nice dribbling for Rogers. Rogers will kick it off the glass. Exactly what you said they needed to do. Good pass. Oh, just got away from Landry. Looked like it was a good pass from Betts, but a little too much of a lead.
She thought she was going to cut, and she popped out for that shot. And you see it right here. Betts thinks the cut's about to happen. She hesitated just a little.
Had she made the cut, the baseline was open. 1:15 to go here in the third quarter. Pull-up jump shot from 12. No good for Marshall. Rebounded and put back Brewer. And all of a sudden, you've got scoring spread out a little bit more. Under a minute now. Knocked away, still loose. Picked up by East Ascension, and they're going to call double dribble is the call. And the referee hesitated a little bit, realized that that's Caleb Jenkins, the referee.
The referee wanted to hesitate because he kind of caused the double dribble accidentally right there, but and now we got 50 seconds. 9-point game. This is the
where they wanted to be.
Yep.
Right back to Marshall.
This is where you want to be. You want to get her the ball right now, and you want to say, hey, get her a screen.
Ooh, that's a moving screen. Can't do that. Can't steamroll somebody. But guess what? Number 4 makes the most of it. 2 3-pointers in the quarter and cuts the lead to 6. And answers his bets. So strong, her first field goal since the first quarter.
Oh, man, this is fun. This is fun.
10 seconds, rebounded by Rogers. Rogers to the lane. No dice. 6 seconds. Up the court, 4. They're going to make the bucket on the layup to Landry. Got it on the beautiful, beautiful fast break. And Landry has 4 points in the third quarter, and that will do it. We head to the final 8 minutes. Don't go anywhere, folks. It is going to be down to the wire, as you would expect in playoff play. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of our Spartans Sports Medicine Program. State Farm Insurance Agent Adam McCarty. Ross Downing Buick GMC Gonzalez. Athletic Center. Our Lady of the Lake Health. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation.
We're back to start the fourth quarter of play. Just looking at some stats, give you the East Ascension first. The Lady Spartan, the leading scorer is Brielle Betts with 11 points, followed by Kennedy Mitchell with 10. And then Aaliyah Taylor has 7. Landry off the bench has 8 points. And Ocure has 3. And Reagan Mitchell has 2.
Fun game so far. It's 10 points. It's within reach. I mean, Northwood has a chance here. They have a very good shot at winning this game, bringing it back right here. Just you got to do what you did the final minute and a half without the last 15 seconds. I mean, East Ascension 4 easy points in the last 15 seconds turns this into from a 6-point lead to a 10-point lead. But you've got to make some stops and not have any mental lapses. EA wants to run, and they can score very quickly.
Jalen Marshall leads the score for Northwood. That's number 4. She has 16 points on the night. And she had 9 points in that third quarter. That one is beautiful for Landry off the left side.
Great layup right there.
She's got 10 now. Spinning in the lane. Up and no good. Rebounded. Nope. Controlled by Brewer. Brewer off the glass, and she'll finish it.
Just great rebound, great layup, good composure by Brewer. Oh, wow, yeah. Another turnover. So, unfortunate turnover right there. Yeah, Leah she got caught. Somebody was able to get the hand on the ball, slow her down. She took 2 steps. Here we go.
Final 7 minutes of somebody's season. Will it be Northwood or East Ascension? We'll find out as we go down in the fourth quarter here. Just goes to the sack and no call. She hits the floor hard, loses the basketball. Landry goes coast to coast and can't finish. Out of bounds off of Northwood.
And she's going to come in right now, who somebody just got hurt, and
Reagan Mitchell will check in.
That was knee to knee right there, so I think she'll be okay, but
Betts gets the inbound pass, feeds down low, off the glass, too strong for Reagan Mitchell.
EA's coming back, just setting up their defense now. And right now they're going to give Marshall a break. She was having to carry the team, especially in the third, but
fighting through the screen is Landry.
I think we have a timeout right here. Coach Cook calling a timeout. Didn't like how he's saying. I mean, this is what you cannot have if you're Northwood. If you watch that possession right there, no one was moving. Everyone's standing still. One player has the ball. They're stuck. They can't take another dribble. No one's running to the ball. Nobody's coming up. And that's you looking at the score and thinking there's no way we're going to beat this. You cannot play like that. And that's what Coach Cook is saying right now. We cannot play like this. We have a chance to win this game. Do not get out of it. Keep your heads in it. Keep your composure. We're going to get stops. We're going to score buckets. We have a chance to win this.
.625 left to go here in the ball game. A 10-point advantage for the Lady Spartans again. The closest the Lady Falcons have gotten has been a tie at 2020. Got it to 2 a couple of times, but since then it has been East Ascension basketball.
Yeah, EA's so far this quarter especially, and they've been able to get to the kind of game they want, which is run, get the ball in the open court, and get easy shots. And they've missed a few of the layups. They've made a few of the layups, but now we see right there, Marshall's coming back in the game, and this is where you have to make your run. You got 6 minutes left. You need to go on a 4.6-point run to keep this game close, because if not, EA is scoring, and they're pretty much scoring at will right now.
The winner of this game will play either Natchitoches Central, who's the 6th seed, or New Iberia, the 27th seed. So big game coming up, whoever wins this one. Nice pass to Brewer. Brewer in the paint. Just can't buy a bucket. And we talked about Northwood boxing out. Well, I'm telling you, I haven't seen much better boxing out than this EA team has done today.
Yeah. And now here's fast break.
Marshall off the glass and just cannot make a bucket. They can't buy a bucket. There's the pass, and good quick hands. Cutting it off is Rogers. Did not want Landry to get that ball at the box.
Yeah, and Marshall right there, she wanted a foul, but you got to go up strong to the basket. You have to go up, try to get the layup. She's kind of going up but falling down as she's going up, and the referees just have not called that tonight.
Landry probes the going inside and changed her mind. It'll be Betts. Betts lays it high off the glass, and an easy one for her. That one just looked effortless.
She's been really good tonight. She's been good tonight. She's been kind of their best all-around offensive player, just shooting, scoring around the basket, making good passes.
Nice pass. Nope, I thought it was a nice pass, but it was a lazy pass, actually. Nice nice pass that time, and it will fall the bucket, and she will be fouled. A great pass to Reagan Mitchell, who finishes, and everything is going right for East Ascension right now. That is Rogers' third personal foul, first team foul in the fourth quarter, excuse me. Checking into the game, her hair is blocking her number. We'll check that in just a second. But it does send Reagan Mitchell to the line for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. She got it. Quick halftime score, Slidell leading 31-20 over Sandoval.
It has been fun to watch Marshall, though. She is a very good player. Her and Brewer have been very fun to watch.
Way downtown, 23 feet, missing the shot, rebounded again by Reagan.
OEA coming down, trying to make this a 17-point lead now.
I ran out of fingers to count it. I wasn't sure what to lead. Good thing you got it. Betts all by herself. Just nobody switching. Has the ball knocked away from her, but boy, she was wide open when the defense just didn't fill back into the lane.
I mean, Brewer.
Watch her look at her. She pulls up there. She's got a wide open jump shot. Goes out of bounds.
She tried to attack Brewer, give her to that fifth foul, and
Landry.
You see him now. EA trying to burn a little bit of clock and find that open player.
Spread the court out around the back. Landry's got some room, and she'll not get the layup to fall. Out of bounds off of Northwood. East Ascension basketball.
Just a hard roll right there.
I just thought that was going to catch the front of the rim.
You see Brewer right there. Didn't put a body on a defender, and that's what happens.
Strong play for Taylor. Taylor kicks it back out to Kennedy Mitchell. Now Betts off the dribble, and they're just going to run a little four corners almost.
Yep.
Just run as much clock as they can at 3:40 to go in the game, leading by 15. Got to get the ball out of her hand, though.
Yep.
Call timeout does Dennis Chandler. We want to thank some special folks, and they have been very good to us. And, of course, we see them right there, and that is Eric Brownfield and Dirk Scheckschneider here at East Ascension. They help us out in basketball, baseball, football, you name it. And we appreciate everybody here at East Ascension's hospitality, and they always help so much. We just appreciate being a part of Ascension sports. And we also want to thank the school board for allowing REV and allowing us to be a part of all of our schools here in Ascension Parish.
I think that's the head football coach as well. Is that Coach Mathern? I think that's him on the bottom right there.
You're right. You mentioned it earlier. We got a nice chat with the Northwood principal, Shannon Walls. Appreciate his help as well. And, it's hard sometimes when you're making long trips and playoffs and things like that, but all these schools are so accommodating, and we want to do a good job for them, and they want us to do a good job for them. And so it's very nice that they're able to help us out. Landry kicks it to it. Nobody defending Reagan Mitchell, and they have just got Northwood out of sorts.
Yeah. This is one of the problems. When you have a team that has a very, very good player, block shot right there, but if you have a team that has a very good player like Marshall, you can win a lot of basketball games, but when you get to the playoffs, you have to have a lot of good players to win, especially against these higher seeds like the East Ascensions. And I'm a part of a 1A school that's had some very good, incredible players. We've had one or two here and there, been able to get far in the playoffs. But the problem is when you play a team that has 4 or 5 girls like her, right, it's very difficult for that one girl to take over. And that's kind of what we're seeing happening here toward down the stretch for Northwood. But they have fought so hard. They have been playing so physical. I have been so impressed with Brewer right there. And she's done this with 4 fouls for this whole second half. So much on this team has impressed me, and I'm really looking forward. I looked at their roster. They do have a few seniors, but Rogers, she's a junior. Mm-hmm. Marshall, she's a senior, so she's going to be out. But Brewer's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And she's playing this physical as a sophomore. I can't wait to see what happens when she becomes a senior.
Now, we haven't heard a lot from Josie Curtis, but she's only a freshman. She started. She's number 11.
This team has potential, and this team is going to continue to get better. It's not one of those senior-heavy teams. Like when you look at East Ascension's roster, they are a very good, very talented roster, but they have a lot of senior contributors on this roster too. Same with their boys team. They have a lot of senior contributors on the roster. You hope that there's enough talent coming up to continue that success, but EA's done a masterful job tonight of, hey, Northwood wants some runs. We're going to keep playing our game.
Inside-out passing, just moving the ball. The defense can't catch up to him because the ball is moving so quickly. And that is to me, the true measure of an offense that is in control. Now, that was a great block that time by Brewer, but Landry had it. Just a good job for Brewer to collapse down on the shooter.
And that passing, it just lulls you to sleep.
Yep.
You see it move, you see it move, you see it move, you stop, and then before you know it, a player's making an easy backdoor cut.
Here's Betts with another floater. This one won't hit. Rebounded and controlled by Northwood. Looking for some help up the court to Rogers, and Rogers can't find the handle. Under 2 minutes to play now. 54-37 our score. There you see a great job right there by our camera operators. That time Nolan Waggis back with the shot. Good job.
Always the best whenever you come out here and get to shoot the games with Rev. We always work with the best crew.
Definitely. Oh, double dribble. Double dribble. She couldn't believe she was so wide open. She was like, wait a minute. They're supposed to be all over me.
Where is everybody?
Where'd they go?
Yeah, it's one of those things that she thought the defender or that her player was going to pop to the corner. When she did it, it's just one of those things. It's not quite on the same page.
That one is going to be a foul. Offensive foul. Charge. Number 1, that's her 4th. Second team foul of the quarter.
Trying to get that full court press. Got to switch to man, and that's what I think you'll see a lot of for the next minute 15 is just passes and a little bit of a wild play there.
Flying to the ball. A minute to go. Landry breaks free, lays it in. Up. Not in, but up. Brewer kicks it into the corner. Number 5 for 3. Our first name we've called Miles tonight. And a timeout on the court. Well, that'll put a little spark in your step as Jacayla Miles, a sophomore, comes off the bench to get a big three-pointer. 52 seconds to go. It's going to be hard to make up 14 points, but it's not impossible.
No, ask Reggie Miller.
Right?
I mean, it's just... Right now, if you're Coach Chandler, you're telling your team, I need you to finish well. Finish well. Don't turn the ball over. Just hold on to it. Make good passes. You don't even need a bucket right now. You don't even need a layup. Just make good passes. Do not turn the ball over. If you're Coach Kobe Northwood, you're saying aggressive, attack, get the ball. We need shots. Put them up. As many as we can get in the next 52 seconds.
So the winner of this one will have New Iberia or the 6th-seeded Natchitoches Central. 52 seconds. Here we go. Inbounds to Betts. Cross court. This is how you break a press. Ooh, thought about throwing it. She should have probably. Kennedy Mitchell will work it across midcourt.
Clock hasn't started.
No, it has not. Whoopsie daisy. Next Friday, we tee up East Ascension first round basketball for the boys.
Yep.
That's going to be fun. right here on Rev Sports 1.
We'll see what happens tomorrow, their last game of the season, and we'll see what happens with their seeding from that, because if they win and a couple teams in front of them lose, they have a chance to get not just some home court, but some buys.
That's right. And we know that last week was a big game, and we had them against Santa Maria, and of course they won in the last second. It was a wild and woolly finish for that one. Santa Maria up by 10 at one point and couldn't close it out.
They're going to be a tough out for anybody. I mean, they've got. I mean, obviously Martinez is on the team. You've got a player who's a, D1 college prospect.
Man, I just haven't seen a lot of double dribbles like we have tonight at this level. Again, I get it happens, but man, it's not something that happens often in high school basketball.
Coach Chandler's not happy about it. He is not happy about it.
Even up 14. Always coaching hard.
I mean, you have to. Once again, it comes down to the discipline. That's what builds it. That's what does it.
Tried to feed it into Brewer. Brewer couldn't find it, and it was probably because of some big white jerseys in and around her. 10 seconds to go, and they'll just hold it. They can't hold it because that's time.
Yeah, and that'll do it right there.
And that will do it. They will play the winner of Natchitoches Central and New Iberia. But tonight it is all Lady Spartans basketball. They come away with a huge victory, 54-40, over the Northwood Lady Falcons from up north of Shreveport. They had a long trip. They came in yesterday, did some shoot-arounds today, but tonight the Lady Spartans just too much for the Lady Falcons.
Yeah, and EA able to come in, play their game, did well, managed to weather through the runs of Northwood, but Northwood came in and fought hard. I mean, they at the beginning, that 9-0 run, you see how big of a difference that made. I mean, if they don't go on that run, this is a three-point game with a minute left, and that's where coming in and having a team that plays with composure, especially at the beginning, that's so big. And if you're Northwood, you learn from this, and you say, next year we're going to come out, we're going to be better.
Again, an incredible game for the Lady Spartans. They will move on to the regional round of the playoffs. Final score 54-40. We want to thank all the fine folks here at East Ascension for allowing us to do this basketball game. Of course, Eric Brownfield and Dirk Scheck-Snyder and everybody, all the administration here at East Ascension. We also want to thank all the folks at Northwood, especially Principal Shannon Walls. He came over and talked to us after, right before the ball game started. So we want to thank our incredible Rev crew, Priya Singleton on camera, along with Nolan Wagasback, Zane Chapoy, Andre Chapoy is our director, floor director Courtney Lawrence, and of course our executive producer back in master control, Lyle Boudreau. Jonathan, it has been a fun game. I think we saw some great basketball here, and we wish East Ascension the best going into the next round of the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe we'll get them again coming up in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate working with all y'all. And, I mean, just great game by both teams. It was exciting to watch.
That's going to do it for us. For Jonathan Moore, I'm Jimmy Frederick. The final score, Lady Spartans 54 and the Lady Falcons 40. Good night, everybody.